Hello everybody, myself V. Narayana Babu, lecturer in mathematics, GSI PU College, Mysore. In the last session, we have discussed about property 3 and property 4 of determinants. Today, let us discuss property 5 and property 6 of the determinants. So, property 5. Property 5. If some or all elements of a row or column of a determinant are expressed as sum of two or more terms, then the determinant can be expressed as sum of two or more. For example, determinant of a1 plus lambda 1, a2 plus lambda 2, a3 plus lambda 3, b1, b2, b3, c1, c2, c3 will be equal to determinant of a1, a2, a3, b1, b2, b3, c1, c2, c3 plus determinant of lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3, b1, b2, b3, c1, c2, c3. Actually here we have expressed the first row as sum of two terms, but finally we have arrived at this determinant can be expressed as sum of two determinants. Let us verify this property. So LHS equals determinant of a1 plus lambda 1, a2 plus lambda 2, a3 plus lambda 3, b1, b2, b3, c1, c2, c3. Expanding along R1. So that will be equal to A1 plus lambda 1 into determinant of. So A1 plus lambda 1 lies in the first row and first column. So we eliminate the first row and first column and take the determinant of the remaining elements, that is b2, b3, c2, c3 minus the next element is a2 plus lambda 2 into determinant of. So a2 plus lambda 2 lies in the first row and second column. We eliminate the first row and second column and take the determinant of the remaining elements, that is b1, b3, c1, c3 plus. So the next element is a3 plus lambda 3 into determinant of a3 plus lambda 3 lies in the first row and third column. So we eliminate the first row and third column and take the determinant of the remaining elements. So that will be equal to a1 plus lambda 1 into b2 c3 minus b3 c2 minus A2 plus lambda 2 into B1 C3 minus B3 C1 plus A3 plus lambda 3 into B1 C2 minus B2 C1. Here first we multiply A1 by this factor minus A2 by this factor plus A3 by the next factor. So that will be equal to A1 into B2 C3 minus B3 C2 minus A2 into B1 C3 minus B3 C1 plus A3 into B1 C2 minus B2 C1 plus next I will multiply lambda 1 to this factor minus lambda 2 to the second factor plus lambda 3 to the third factor, that is plus lambda 1 into B2 C3 minus B3 C2 minus lambda 2 into B1 C3 minus B3 C1 plus lambda 3 into B1 C2 minus B2 C1. That will be equal to, so these terms are the expansion of the determinant A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. If you observe these set of terms and the next set of terms, here A1 has been replaced by lambda 1, A2 has been replaced by lambda 2 and A3 has been replaced by lambda 3 and the rest factors are same. That means here plus determinant of, instead of A1 we will get lambda 1, instead of A2 we get lambda 2, instead of A3 we get lambda 3 and the remaining elements are same, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. So this will be equal to RHS. Hence the result, that is, if a row or a column is sum of two terms, then the whole determinant can be expressed as sum of two determinants. Property 6. If each element of any row or column of a determinant, the equimultiples of corresponding elements of other row or column are added, then the value of the determinant remains the same. That is, the value of determinant remains same if we apply the operation Ri by Ri plus K into Rj or Ci by Ci plus KCj. That means if we multiply any row or column by equimultiple some constant, then added to the corresponding row or column, then the value of the determinant will not change. That is, even though you are multiplying a row or a column by a constant and added to its corresponding row or a column, the value of the determinant remains same. That we will verify. Let delta equals determinant of A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. Applying the operation, R1 by R1 plus K into R3. That means I am multiplying some constant to R3 and added to R1. The new determinant obtained is delta 1. So delta 1 is equal to determinant of A1 plus K into C1, A2 plus K into C2, A3 plus K into C3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3, because I operated on R1. Only R1 has been changed. Finally, we have to prove that delta 1 is equal to delta. Consider delta 1 is equal to determinant of A1 plus K into C1, A2 plus K into C2, A3 plus K into C3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. So delta 1 is equal to, see in this determinant, the first row is sum of two terms. The first row is sum of two terms. So this can be expressed as sum of two determinants, that is by the property 5. So this can be written as delta 1 equals A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3 plus determinant of KC1, KC2, KC3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. So this is by property 5. So in the second determinant, you can take constant outside, that is by the property 4. So delta 1 is equal to determinant of A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3 plus K can be taken outside. That means if a row or a multiple is multiplied by a constant, then the whole determinant is multiplied by the same constant, that is by property 4. C1, C2, C3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. So this is by property 4. Now if you observe the second determinant here the row 1 and row 3 are equal. That means first row and third row are equal. That is by property 3 we know that if any two rows or columns are equal, then the value of the determinant becomes 0. So delta 1 is equal to determinant of A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3 plus K into 0, because this becomes 0. That is by property 3. So K into 0 is 0. So delta 1 is equal to this determinant of A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3 is nothing but delta. So delta 1 is equal to delta. So finally we have proved the required result. Hence the result. So okay, thank you.